Patience isn't difficult because waiting is boring. It's difficult because waiting forces you to face doubt. When you truly trust your system, waiting feels neutral. Time passes, price moves, nothing pulls at you. When you don't trust it, every second feels expensive. Every candle feels like evidence you're about to miss something. That tension building before you force a trade is not market pressure, it's internal distrust. You are not reacting to opportunity. You are reacting to the fear that your edge might not be enough. Patience exposes that fear. Losses are easy to explain away. Slippage, news, bad timing, randomness. Waiting leaves no excuse. Waiting asks a single question you can't avoid. Do I actually believe this works? If the answer is yes, you wait without effort. If the answer is no, patience feels unbearable. So traders don't wait. They manufacture certainty. They enter early. They lower standards. They take almost trades to feel involved. Not because the setup was there, because doubt was louder than discipline. Patience doesn't test your strategy. It tests your conviction. And most traders would rather take a bad trade than sit still long enough to discover they don't fully trust themselves. That's why patience feels harder than losing money. It strips you of action and exposes belief. Today isn't about waiting better, it's about understanding why you can't. Your brain is not built to wait for statistical outcomes. It's built to reduce discomfort immediately. Uncertainty creates tension. Tension demands resolution. So the brain looks for action, not accuracy. That's why patience feels unnatural. Not because it's boring, but because it offers no relief. When nothing happens, there's nowhere for your anxiety to go. No button to press, no decision to justify. Just silence. And silence exposes what you actually believe about your edge. If you trusted it, waiting wouldn't register as effort. Time would pass without urgency. But when doubt exists, patience becomes pressure. Your mind starts negotiating. It's close enough. I've seen this before. If I wait, I'll miss it. Those thoughts are not signals. They are escape routes. Escape from uncertainty. Escape from stillness. Escape from the possibility that your system may not work as cleanly as you claim. So you act. Not because the market confirmed anything, but because action feels like resolution. Even wrong action feels better than unresolved doubt. That's why traders overtrade during flat markets. That's why they enter early during strong moves. That's why they abandon rules exactly when restraint matters most. Patience doesn't fail because traders are impulsive. It fails because it asks them to sit with insecurity, and most people would rather feel wrong than feel unsure. Waiting doesn't make you feel competent, it makes you feel exposed, so traders trade to protect identity, not capital, and they call it intuition. Watch your best trades, not the outcome, the moment before entry. Notice how quiet it was. No rush, no adrenaline, no internal argument convincing you to click. You weren't excited. You weren't nervous. You weren't trying to predict. You were waiting for confirmation, and it arrived. Now compare that to your worst trades. They didn't feel quiet. They felt urgent, compressed, time sensitive. Every second felt like pressure. Every candle felt like a decision being forced on you. Same market, same day, sometimes the same setup, different internal state. The market didn't change. You did. The market didn't trick you. You rushed yourself. That urgency wasn't opportunity. It was impatience trying to pass as confidence. Your worst trades didn't come from bad analysis. They came from reacting to discomfort. You weren't trading price. You were trading how waiting made you feel. Patience isn't passive. It's not hesitation. It's not fear. Patience is active restraint based on proof. It's the willingness to do nothing until conditions remove doubt. Without proof, patience collapses. And when patience collapses, emotion takes over decision making. Emotion doesn't need reasons, it just needs discomfort. That's why bad trades feel necessary in the moment and obvious in hindsight. Your edge doesn't disappear under pressure, your restraint does. And every time you rush, you teach yourself a pattern. Discomfort equals action, waiting equals weakness. That lesson compounds faster than any strategy ever will. Here's the rule: if a trade does not meet every condition, it does not exist. Not partially, not emotionally, not because it almost aligns. Existence is binary. The moment you start debating a setup, you've already lost control. Rules that require justification aren't rules, they're permissions waiting to be abused. The urge to enter early is not intuition, it's discomfort demanding resolution. Emotion never announces itself as emotion. It presents logic. It offers explanations. It frames impatience as opportunity. And every time you listen, restraint weakens. Discipline is not about being strong in the moment. It's about removing the moment entirely. You don't rise to discipline under pressure. You fall to whatever your structure allows. If your rules allow interference, interference will happen. Not sometimes. Every time pressure is present. The market does not reward effort. It does not respond to confidence. It does not care how ready you feel. It rewards behavior that remains consistent under uncertainty. That consistency requires restriction: restriction from acting early, restriction from taking marginal trades, restriction from trying to feel in control. Discipline isn't meant to feel good, it's meant to work. If following your rules feels restrictive, that's not a warning sign, it's confirmation. Restriction is the cost of consistency. Most traders refuse to pay it and spend years paying for that refusal instead. You are not here to feel engaged. You are not here to feel active. You are here to execute without interference. Rules over emotion. Every time.